Good morning, everyone. Today we're starting Music Theory 2. We're going to be identifying key signatures. I just want to do a real quick shout out to all the people that have done their first level of ear training and the first level of music theory. Thank you guys for doing both. That's amazing. Some of you guys did very well. Some of you guys still need to improve. So please go back and review. It's not a big deal. If you guys need some extra assistance, please reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to do Google Meets with you. Like that, we can kind of see where some of the pitfalls are happening. All right, so today we're going to be working on key signatures. So there'll be a couple of examples. Make sure you watch the video in its entirety, and make sure you guys are moving up the levels once you feel confident in level 1, level 2, and so on and so forth. All right, best of luck. So first we're going to start off with the order of sharps. So one way to remember them is fat cats go down alleys eating bananas. It's a great way for you to remember the sharps. For the order of flats, one way to remember them is better eat a darn good chicken fajita. I want you to notice that the order of flats is the opposite of the order of sharps and vice versa. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and start with the sharps. If we have two sharps, we're going to always use F and C. That's the order, so F and C. Both treble and bass clef, it doesn't matter. You both use the same rules. So rule number one is you go to the very last sharp. Okay, so you want to be very careful and you want to go to the very, very last sharp you have indicated. So in this case, you have C sharp. So next what you do is you go ahead and go up a half step. So you go to the last sharp and you add a half step up. So in this case, you have C sharp, and then you're going to go up a half step. You're going to add up a half step, and that equals D. So in this case, the key signature is D. All right. So next, we're going to go ahead and try the same rule with a couple more sharps. We're going to go to five sharps now. All right. Remembering that we're still keeping the order. F, C, G, D, and A. Those are our five sharps. Once again, both treble and bass clef, it doesn't matter. The rule still applies to both sides, okay? So we go to the very last sharp. In this case, what's it going to be? A sharp. Okay, great. So as you can see, you just go to the order. A sharp is the last of the five sharps, right? So then what you do is you go, you add a half step up. So in this case, A sharp plus a half step equals B. So we are in the key of B. Very simple, all right? Now we're gonna go ahead and go to the flat side. Okay, now the flat side has a different set of rules, so we want to make sure that we understand that. All right, so we're gonna start off with our treble clef, and we're gonna start off with two flats. Okay, in this case, it's gonna be B and E flat. Okay, so we go ahead and put those in. Like I said, doesn't matter if it's bass clef or treble clef; it's both the same rules. So step number one, we go to the very last flat. Just like we do for the sharp, we go to the last flat. All right, so if you go ahead and identify the last flat, in this case, E flat. Step two, this time we're going to go back one flat. So we're just going to go backwards one. So in this case, we are going to go one back. So we're going to be in B flat, right? So that's our key. So in this case, our key is the key of B flat, all right? Here's another example. So we're just going back one flat, all right? So now let's try this again. Now let's try with four flats, okay? So we have the key of, four flats. So we find our flats, B, E, A, and D. All right. So we go ahead and put them in our clef, treble, and bass clef. Doesn't matter. We follow the same rules. Okay. So identify the last flat. We go back one flat. In this case, we're in the key of A flat. Okay. Now let's go to one flat. All right. So one flat, we're going to go ahead and put it. It's going to be B flat. And now we're running to that problem, like how do we go back a flat? So if we look at B flat and we go back, there we go. That's our answer. It's the key of F. All right. So this is the way you kind of identify the key signature. All right. Now we're going to take a look at something called the circle of fifths. Okay. So we have this whole thing right here. All right. So in the circle of fifths, we have one flat, two flats, and so on and so forth. All right. So this is a good little thing, a kind of reference sheet for you guys. Um, we have D flat has five flats, G flat has six flats, and then on the sharp side, one sharp is the key of G, two sharps is the key of D, three sharps is the key of A, four sharps is the key of E, uh, five sharps is the key of B, uh, six sharps is the key of F sharp, okay, and seven sharps is the key of C sharp, okay. Don't go ahead and ignore the lowercase that's in the inside of the circle. We're going to talk about those later. Make sure you guys are referencing the uppercase notes on the outside of the circle as your major keys. All right. So you have the examples. Go ahead and go through the different levels and see how you do. Good luck, and make sure you're asking questions if you have any. All right. Looking forward to seeing all your responses.